here's a clip that talks about whether you should use member trees, yes or no. This is from the original episode, Avoid Mistakes on Ancestry. There was a handout for this original episode. Links in the show notes below about how you can get the handouts. So when we go over to hints, though, the first thing that we see is ancestor member trees. Well, that's the first thing I ignore. That's the last thing I'm going to look at, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to hit ignore on this, right? And make it go away, because the first thing I want to do is research the records. But that's not what we're here to talk about. What we're talking about here is how you can make mistakes using member trees. And that's another reason why I use member trees last. But let's jump over to a different ancestor. So here I had previously ignored member tree hint. And now it's in undecided because I had unignored it. So if I went over here and I said don't ignore, it is now popping up over undecided, which I thought was interesting because it used to put it back into the new tab, but it's not. All right, so let's go look at the member trees here for Robert S. Dunbar. So we're going to review this. And so this is where we need to be careful, because if we're not, we can accidentally add ancestors to our trees that end up being duplicated. And this is probably one of the more common mistakes I see. So here we have let's look, 10 member trees, and then my tree on this side. So what a lot of people do, they're going to go, hey, let's just make it easy. Instead of selecting over here and saying review selected tree hints, sometimes they're just saying select them all and then review the tree hints. And I'm going to show you the difference right now. So let's not select them all. Let's just select the first one. Hey, we're going to get back to that video here in just a moment, but I want to let you know that Genealogy TV has a website, a newsletter, and a Facebook page. Links for all of that are in the show notes below. All right, let's get back to it. And by the way, when you first see these, the top one usually has the most sources. So what you want to pay attention to is sources and records. Photos are fun, stories are fun, you know, it just depends on what you find. But you want to be reviewing these records to see exactly what the details are, right? Exactly where are they getting this information? How do they know that these are the parents? How do they know that these are the children? Now, in my case, on this particular ancestor, I have some of that information already. By scrolling down, you can see that I'm not selecting this second member tree, and they have 15 records here, whereas this one has 17 records. So what they're doing is they're populating the family tree, the other member tree, with the most records to the top of the list. So let's review this. So what we're going to do, now remember, we're only picking this one tree. We're not selecting all. So we're going to hit review selected tree hints. And once it populates, we can, select specific information. For example, here's a date that is different. We can select specific information, which is fine if we have documentation for that. But the problem is when we just wholesale add stuff, what proof do we have that that fact is correct? Show me the money, right? Where's the documentation? There are 3 ways you can get the handouts. Now, the first way is to join the channel membership here at the information access level channel membership on the YouTube channel, and then go to the community tab and you'll find the posts that have the handout links in there. All you have to do is follow the link and download the handouts. Okay, now the second way is over at Patreon. Now at Patreon, if you're at the Happy Dance level or higher, you can get the handouts. Those come directly to you in an email every time we announce the new video that has a handout with it. You'll also get early release with that membership. All right, and then the third way is just to go over to genealogytv.org and click on the handouts tab, and you can find all the handouts there for individual purchase. So I hope that was helpful. The handouts really do support the channel, and for that, I thank you.